Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we have a new channel to us anyway. This is Scamboli Reviews, which is a great name for a channel. And this is the video, The Insane Rise of VTubers and Why I Hate Them. Okay, so it's 5 years old or so. It's an older video, so I'm not sure if things have changed. Like, whenever I watch a VTuber video, I don't really ever hear, like, fake voices anymore. It sounds mostly like most VTubers use their own voice now. Now, the other option is, voice changers have gotten way better over the last 3 to 4 years since AI's really taken off. So maybe it's a little bit different. Man, my jail's garbage today. Anyway, I thought it was an interesting video. Nothing directly wrong. Like he hates VTubers and he gives a lot of reasons why. But he does give interesting reasons, so it's not just like a fucking crazy rant the whole time. There are reasons for it. The one I always get wrong is Entrea. Like, I don't know how many times. I still think Zen is an AI. but everyone has told me 100 times that it's not. Or they're not. I guess it's like a group. It's like a whole team of fucking people that still use text-to-speech and conversion and whatnot. But I don't care. Anyway, I don't know if I would ever like run a VTuber channel. Like, I don't know. I like being on camera, I guess, a bit too much, but it's about the same. Anyway, enjoy.
Has many definitions, but if I were to pick one right now, I would say behaving or presenting in a way that feels true, honest, or familiar without pretension or affection.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. I scream, you scream, we all scream.
This is not a real person.
Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. If you haven't seen one, this is called a VTuber. It's, for the most part, someone with motion tracking software who operates under the guise of an anime person.
I mean, a lot of people really want isekais to be real, so... I'm just basing it off the fact that people fucking hate our world, okay? So what's the problem here?
Many of them adopt mannerisms to better fit the backstory they made for their character. For example, this one likes referencing carrots because she's a rabbit, or this one who pretends to be bad at basic math because it's cute. There's all sorts of characters and backstories, and...
I mean, maybe she's not pretending. A lot of people are just fucking shit at basic math. I went to a store yesterday. And someone couldn't give me 15 cents of change without looking at the computer screen. I'm like, it's a dime and a nickel. You're not even using pennies anymore.
Nearly all of the most well-known ones are either Japanese or English-speaking women. I have to give this definition because I've shown exactly 3 people this in real life and have gotten, quote, "What the fuck is that? Is this real?" and "Do people actually watch this?" in response. All of them laughed. Yet almost every single one of the top 15 highest earning super chats on YouTube are owned by VTubers. Look at Giga, he looks like he's about to get his fucking nails clipped at the vet. YouTubers everywhere will not stop.
Of course Nux is on here. I mean, it's a great way to be a streamer, right? And you can be live without showing your face. You can also do way more insane shit without really getting in too much trouble. Worst case scenario, you somehow get yourself canceled, and guess what? You can just restart with a brand new VTuber model and slightly change your voice a bit with a modulator, and you could start up again. For instance, there is a very real chance Cinder has already recreated a brand new channel and she doesn't need to, but let's say she already created one. She could already have created one and just used a voice modulator, and none of you would have any fucking clue who she was. Just restart from scratch. Create a brand new backstory. Super easy. If I do something stupid and somehow get actually canceled and actually care, I guess I'd have to be, like, deleted off of all the channels. It'd be pretty hard for what I do to get deleted off of Kick. But, you know, I could probably be deleted off YouTube or whatever, but... Okay, we should pull up the Cinder stuff after this because that sounds interesting. Just for the fact that I am like so far removed from the actual drama and I only know basically tidbits here and there of what actually happened. Like I knew she came back as like a bot came in and like thanked people for her like birthday stuff or something like that. But if she actually came back, I kind of want to look into that. Oh, my VTube model? Oh, it was great. I went and bought the world's cheapest webcam, and that's how it was made. That's why it's all pixelated. Not just because my face looks like garbage. I still think I'm gonna get an eye patch that has the fucking QR code on it that rickrolls people. I think that'd be a good eye patch to have.
Posting about them, they're clearly popular, so I think it's important to approach this with an open mind. VTubers are not inherently bad. In fact, so many of them are extremely talented and natural-born entertainers that can captivate an audience of millions without being obsessed with drama or being negative in the slightest.
The problem is there's so much random drama in the VTuber sphere that's so funny. Oh, I know that she's a piece of shit. That's irrelevant. A lot of people are pieces of shit. I mean, there are plenty of people that think all reaction content is just everyone is a piece of shit in that. So it's kind of like what you determine is horrible. Like people backstabbing each other online is the entire reason the drama sphere succeeds as an entity in the first place. Yeah, I mean it's like the nonsense drama with it wasn't Annie, it was what was her name in the Backtuber thing nonsense. And it's still going on, by the way. Like, it still keeps getting brought up, like, every fucking other stream. So she'll never... Aqua. There we go. Aqua will never escape the Backtuber drama. There's even a channel that is now dedicated to her Backtuber stuff. The only reason I know is I got a notification that one of my drawings was in it. And I'm like, that's funny.
Many of them play instruments, sing, and play games at a high level. These girls are famous for a reason, usually. But I don't understand the appeal on a personal level.
Well, I mean, it's just a person. It's just, they're just using a fucking picture in front of their own. It's the same thing as any other streamer. If you don't care about a streamer, like a lot, okay. So for instance, my dad, right? Super into tech. He doesn't watch people for their personalities. Like, he doesn't watch YouTube because he likes a specific creator. He's going to YouTube or whatever for a specific topic that he wants. All he cares about is what topic he's listening to. That's it. For him, this makes no sense to him, but neither does regular streaming make sense to him. He's like, why the fuck would I want to watch someone play a game when I can be the one playing the damn game? And that does make sense, right? That's a lot of people do not understand watching other people. And he's like, I get your channel's fun and, you know, people for some reason like to watch you talk, but I don't understand that. He's like, I don't even like watching the news because they're annoying. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Shipping? Oh, geez. Well, I mean, everyone ships everyone with something. That's the whole point of Rule 34 in the first place.
Come on, baby, kiss me. Kiss me. Kiss me, Mario.
My friend who enjoys VTubers watched this clip and was in pure glee. I mean, if
you think about it, a lot of people listen to me specifically to fall asleep. Some people like listening to me because, you know, they have long drives or something. And they just like listening to the sheer insanity of videos they've already seen. So in my case, as a reactor, you're here because you like listening to the dumb shit I say to a video you really love. And it's not just me. It's, you know, you love watching reactions of your favorite, like, clip 30 times from 30 different reactors. And that's the whole point. People love to watch other people. Oh, yeah, if I make you fall asleep on a long drive, I'm sorry you crashed into that tree. My bad.
I heard this fat bastard rant about two things. This clip and some sandwich called the fucking heart clogger that he gets from the grocery store. So I knew that this was special. But when I watched that clip, I honestly wanted to rip her hair out and stuff it in my ears and light the ends on fire like a wick. I hate VTubers. When I see them on screen, my heart starts pumping, my eyes go bloodshot, and I go dizzy. Why? How did these guys blow up under so many people's noses?
I think a lot of people, let's take a look here. He's got 1.17 million subscribers, right? So, I mean, why do people watch this guy, right? The same reason that people watch anything, because they enjoy it.
Where did they come from? I want to answer these questions because honestly the video was just going to be a quick rant, but I gradually became fascinated in the plot twists and reasons why people enjoy VTubers. So those of you who love them and people who hate them, hold.
Okay, here's a question. Why do people listen to other people read Reddit stories? I got a few requests that people want me to start reading Reddit stories on stream. I'm like, well, we could, but that's not really what this stream is about. I'm like, if you want to listen to a Reddit YouTuber, there's Sarby, and Sarby is a great Reddit YouTuber. And they're like, oh, I listen to him all the time. I'm like, great, because he does like 9-hour streams. Go listen to him. And he's like every other day.
Hands as I take you through Act 1.
I don't know what this stream is about.
In 2000, Yamaha sound guy Ken Mochi Hideki starts a project called Daisy, which aims to generate human-sounding vocals from text like beep, beep, bop, bop, beep, kind of like Animal
That was way earlier than I thought it would be.
Crossing. Thanks to Yamaha, Daisy got promoted and fully fleshed out as Vocaloid, which was released in 2004 and marketed.
I mean, I guess when you think about it, a lot of people who hate VTubers don't like how childlike their creators act, right? Especially when you find out that the creator is a 38-year-old dude with a voice changer, which has happened before. So that's what I think people don't like about it. They don't like that the fact that, you know, the creator that they're potentially watching is potentially lying to them about their, you know, themselves. Like it could just be some dude when they think it's a, you know, a cute girl or something like that. But that's stupid when you think about it, because it doesn't matter if you like the character. You're supposed to, that's why probably like Neuro does so well, in the fact that Neuro is an AI and there's no real way to fake that, right? I guess Vettel could be lying the whole time and pre-recording things somehow. Yeah, that's entirely on the viewers, right? So that doesn't make sense to me. If you can like and watch another streamer or someone on TV that you like, how the hell is that any different than a VTuber? Maybe it's just the you know, the when they talk like little kids, right? That I could see people not liking that. I mean, even if they're running that live, I could see people not liking that. I mean, I thought Zentrea was an AI. So the opposite is also true. There's a whole Reddit thread on people talking about me thinking Zentrea was an AI. So that's funny. I still think she's an AI.
Towards professional musician. The problem is, at the time, everyone thought, robots, professional software, this is baby shit. Nobody cared about it, and it was dismissed as just a toy. But very slowly over the years, Vocaloid was being taken more and more seriously.
Yeah, apparently a bunch of people thought she was an AI.
Krypton Media has an idea. They take Vocaloid, make mascots, make the main mascot 16, and drop a new sound pack. It worked. Hatsune Miku was hot. Music artists would make collabs with her Vocaloid pack and animate her moving and shit. This caught on in Japan like crazy. Eventually, she starts selling out actual concerts. She tops out iTunes' best-selling chart. An unbelievable amount of porn is made. But the big take...
Yeah, that's the thing. You know you've made it when they start making porn. But the problem is she's, you know, 16. Now, maybe Japan's basing it off of their stupid age of consent level, which is... maybe they rose it, but it was 14 last time I checked. I bet you it's higher now, but geez. Of all the shit, you keep your age of consent so stupid low. That's so dumb. But, I mean, welcome to fucking planet Earth.
The takeaway here is that Japan discovered something big. Hatsune Miku is marketable as fuck. Dominoes, clothing, Funko Pops, hot dogs, or something.
Can you not say that on stream? I think what happens is I just get ad limited or something, right? I don't care about that, but and YouTube apparently doesn't give a shit anymore about that. Yeah, 16, but that's still insanely low. I don't know, whatever. Maybe Japan has it because they're losing their birth rate. People are falling in love with their AI counterparts. I mean, if anything, that would be one way to control the population of the planet down. Give everyone an AI counterpart. That would do it. Woo, new subscriber. Anyway, thank you for subscribing. You know what's funny is when that pops up on screen, I was like, oh, cool, new paid subscriber. But no, it's usually like a new YouTube subscriber that pops up and says that, which is the free one, which is fine. I just think it's funny. Hey, how's it going? We're discussing random VTuber nonsense. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's the downside of, certain cultures in Japan, South Korea, etc. is a lot of your work ethic is tied specifically to your family, like I was gonna say tree, but that's not right. Family appearance, right, to a degree. So if you're basically if you basically are a lazy piece of shit in some ways, you basically drag your whole family down. But then again, if you work hard and for the most part still even do crazy amounts of overtime for no additional pay, because overtime doesn't work necessarily the same. A lot of it's full salary based, and a lot of them are trying to stay later than their damn bosses, who, by the way, may or may not have any fucking social life anyway. That's why suicide rates are so high. I don't even know if I can say that word. I might have to actually cut that one out. But just in general, it's just crazy. Like everywhere you go, if you're not if you're not burning yourself into the ground for work, it's not good enough in every country. Pretty much. Well, that's not true. Norway does a pretty decent job. A lot of the European countries give you pretty good, decent breaks and maternity leaves and things like that. But, there are other downsides in the fact that certain projects may not get done as quickly as needed. It just depends on how your business works. So, I don't know. It's interesting. All right. This video is supposed to be about how much the guy hates VTubers.
It didn't just matter that Hatsune Miku could hit iTunes top 10 list a week after making a song. What mattered
I guess we'll find out.
Completely manufacture a cultural phenomenon, manipulate every part of her persona, and not have to pay them royalties for making merch, commercials, or collaborations. It's genius. Oh, your influencer got caught doing blackface again this month.
Okay, by the way, Sora 2 AI is going to cause some massive fucking problems in the next year.
I just fucking programmed mine not to do that. Now, does it work 100% of the time? Well, that's a complicated. It's estimated that in 2012, Hatsune Miku acquired a whopping...
Example would be fucking Neuro. Neuro was banned on stream for saying crazy shit for a bit.
10 billion yen since her debut, which translates to a whopping $6 USD. Seeing this, an unknown production crew thought, hey, I could do that, and debuted Kizuna AI in 2016. She very closely resembles the VTubers today, but instead of running the risk of it being a fat middle-aged Hispanic man, Kizuna AI is actually like 8 middle-aged fat Hispanic men. She debuted on YouTube in November of 2016 and mostly creates largely scripted and pre-recorded content. Look at her. Those were fucking babies.
4 million views.
Which wasn't really our problem with people. Anime is scripted and people certainly love those characters, so it only makes sense that there's an appeal for something like Kizuna to exist. I believe that most people aren't under the impression that this is a real girl with a real personality and, you know, blah blah blah. In fact, she's basically a goddamn puppet. Even her voice actress is completely disposable. I think I read she's got like 5 substitutes that share her cold metal cage of a body.
Well, that's all going to change soon when they fully do full AI everything. And it's probably already changed at this point because AI in the next couple of years is just going to be crazy.
And Japan had done it again. Kizuna was a goddamn hit. She's the cover girl of Cup Noodle. She's been on the TV and news multiple times, done ads, and honestly, more impressive than all that, she collaborated with PewDiePie. Enter the third major character. Hololive. Cover Corp, which works with alternate reality, sees the massive success of Hatsune Miku and Kizuno Ai and says, hey, I could do that. So they did. Sometime in 2017, Cover Corp released a smartphone app called Hololive, which would allow you to view a VTuber live while they stream. This changes things. Yep. It's only one fat guy now. Hololive held auditions for extremely talented women, and jokes aside, a lot of them are also very pretty in real life. Now, there may be some coaching involved, but for the most part, these girls have creative control over what they stream, if or not they curse, etc., and Hololive provides them with a rigged up 3D model, an iPhone X, and a high-spec gaming PC.
You have that's crazy free time. I have... Okay, well, in my case, I work contracts. So contracts, I have effectively more free time than most people because I choose contracts to work or not. So I can take weeks off at a time if I don't need the money. But, you know, anyone here in the U.S. working actual, like, jobs, you're working generally 5 to 7 days, depending on what you need, in a row, 360 days a year.
Blah, blah, blah. They're basically a management company for aspiring VTubers.
And that's assuming you get any breaks at all.
Unless you're a guy, then the chances are slim. And of course, this caught on fire and other companies thought, hey, I could do that. So they did. But instead of just working in Japan, Nichi Sanji went to Mr.
Hey, look, is that Shoujo?
Worldwide and spread out in China, Japan, Indonesia, India, and Korea. So Hololive said, hey, I could do that. And then there's a ton of VTubers all over the world. The end. Holy shit, America likes VTubers. Gargara comes flying up in the charts and is the most searched for VTuber in 2020. Mori Callipy comes straight out of nowhere at a tremendous upset. See, if you liked anime at all and watched a VTuber video once thinking, what is this? Surprise, these little fuckers are going to ruin your recommended feed forever. Enjoy. So a lot of America...
I mean, okay, so you can just start blocking that on your recommended feed. But the reality is, a lot of people will say they don't like something, and then they will still secretly fucking watch it. The amount of people who said that say they don't like reaction content, but then you actually look up like the numbers, reaction content makes up a good 30% of all watched videos on YouTube. So it's not if you just click it once, it's if you click it and watch it through an entire video.
Americans were already introduced to VTubers, especially since there are channels dedicated to taking funny clips from their streams and translating them just hours after the fact. You have an...
Staz is really good at that. Staz makes crazy clips within minutes. It's insane. And they're not like just like copy and cut clips. They're fairly edited as well. Like I think the Neuro clip, there's like a basic Neuro clip channel. They just do quick cuts or whatever. But still,
abundance of binge-worthy content, and now Hololive is making an English branch, coupled with Japan's aging population and business was booming. It still is. Japan, America, Indonesia, VTubers have triumphed over what's considered normal to cement themselves as a very real and lucrative industry.
Staz is crazy.
24th, 2020. Akai Haato goes over her analytics with her audience to see which countries watch her the most.
アメリカ 11%、台湾 7%。
Did you catch that? That's okay, neither did she. Kiryu Coco, who's one of the biggest VTubers in the world, does the same thing the next day. And thus, the two slept as some rich-ass bitches. Someone was at the door.
Who is it?
She replies. The Chinese.
That was a great video jump cut.
Both Haato and Coco made the mistake of mentioning Taiwan in their analytics. Which China does not officially recognize as an independent country. Chinese viewers were not happy. In fact, they were pissed. And if you don't know, Asian countries go hard as fuck with their trolling. Coco and Haato were suspended for 3 weeks for saying the word Taiwan. But the viewers were not satisfied. Well, they believed that Akai Haato had made an honest mistake that harlot Kiryu Coco had to pay. Raids, smear videos, multiple VTubers were doxxed, anything to get revenge.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But that's true for like everything on the fucking internet. That's not just VTuber related. That is literally everything on the internet. That's the downside. So for instance, if people were, and this is a problem, yeah, you could say, and the perfect example would be, you know, the political streamers right now. A lot of them get hit with crazy shit from other competing sides just because they don't like that specific person. And maybe whatever view they have, right? It doesn't matter if their view is crazy or whatever. The reality is, you know, yeah, let's not do that. But but here's the thing, though. Someone could easily pull up a picture of anyone they hate, throw it into Sora now, and then create something random that's a 30-second clip that, and people don't even pay attention to the little Sora thing that pops up on screen. They wouldn't even know it's AI in most cases. And even if it comes out like, you know, a week later saying that that's AI, it doesn't matter. A lot of the damage is going to be done already. So it's going to be more and more complicated over the next couple of years, just with things like Sora. I think the funniest one, though, is Sam Altman, or whatever his name is, was already made within Sora robbing a store. He was like stealing GPUs off a wall and just like sticking them in his bag and leaving. And you're like, dude, don't you have any fucking security in place to, you know, make it so you can't just like fake a robbery with someone you hate? The fuck is wrong with this company? I'm like, yep, that's gonna be great real quick. There's an Uber delivery driver, and he goes up to a door, and he's like a big guy, like, right? He looks like the guy from WALL-E. But he's carrying like an Uber and he falls through the the front patio steps and everything. And it looked legit almost the entire way down, sound, everything, right up until the point, you know, he's just laying there not moving and still says he has the order. So I'm like, okay, obviously that's AI. But the amount of people in the comment section were just like, you should sue Uber, blah, 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 and like totally legit, until people were like, you know, that's AI, right? They're like, no, AI is way worse than that. And they're like, no, that is still legit AI. This is the new Sora. And they're like, what? And people were like losing their shit. And they're like, no, you can't. This is way too dangerous, because people will go scorched earth on anything they see as awful. And, you know, you can create crazy scenarios with that, and it's going to be a problem. That's why a lot of courts now aren't even taking video as evidence anymore. They're like, we don't know if this is real or not. You can just totally fake it now. And it's almost impossible. There's no, like, for instance, you can stick a, the Sora little fucking watermark on it, but there's AI that takes out video watermarks. You just can't tell anymore. Wonderful internet. Believe everything you see. Absolutely. And it's only gonna be like, yeah, don't believe everything you see. Don't believe anything you see. Really. And that's gonna be a huge issue. Well, that's the thing. You can't even, how many people know how to check metadata? But there's a way around that, by the way. Did you know that? All you need to do, let's say you have a video of your AI, whatever, right? And it's in the metadata saying that this is made by AI. Great. Well, all you need to do is play that video and screen record it a second time. You can screen record in 4K, no problem. And then you just re-render it and upload it, and no one would have any fucking clue. And there's no way to bypass that. And that would take a second. Every video I upload is technically a re-recording. I could use my streaming software to re-record over a video I made in Sora. And people would be like, well, it doesn't say in the metadata that it's AI. So, yeah, it'd be so easy, and there's no way to stop it. Well, I guess there's one way. So, for instance, if I open up Crunchyroll, so you would have to make it entirely online, right? To a degree. And even then, I don't even know if it'd be possible because people would, post videos on Facebook. So that's not going to work. You would have to convince, like, for instance, if I open up Crunchyroll and open up a video on streaming software, it turns the screen black. It just deletes it because they block basically entire IP sections from even being able to record, which is cool from a copyright standpoint, but you can't stop everything. I can screen record just with a regular screen recorder and not use a stream and then restream it. So yeah, I mean, okay. So here's the thing about AI slop too, though. It's only AI slop if people don't watch it. Creators are going to call all AI slop because they're creating something that takes 100 to 200 hours potentially. Same with reactors. Reactors get everything reactor based is called reactor slop. But the reality is, as long as people watch it, that's all ad revenue companies care about. That's it. The whole point of putting videos on the internet for now is to generate as much ad revenue as possible. It's the whole reason when you go to like news sites like Yahoo or Fox or whatever your news site is, the only thing that matters is people clicking on the news page. It doesn't matter what the article says. The article could be about anything. But the whole point is to make the dumbest, most insane title ever. That's it. That way people stay on the page and argue in the comment sections for 1 to 2 minutes longer than they normally would have. It doesn't matter if they read it or anything. All that matters is every second they're on the page, that news site generates 1 cent more potentially in income. And that's all that matters is ad revenue. There must be a rule in law. They must use a watermark. It doesn't matter though. I can delete watermarks off videos. Photor, which is $40 a year, can delete watermarks up to 5 minutes on any video. And since all AI stuff is going to be under a minute 30, it's not a problem, and it's free. It's part of my subscription for the year for $40. Even then, Envato, which I could show you, is crazy with things like Nano Banana. Like someone mentioned that they said I was lying about Nano Banana being useful. I think they're making their prompts too difficult. If you put a picture in Nano Banana, you can modify it in any way with just a slight prompt. It's crazy. It is so easy to make tiny little adjustments. And what I think with the person that was having a problem with it, what was going on is they were making prompts that are way too complicated. You have to do one prompt at a time. And maybe they have like a credit limit for what they're doing, so they're trying to get as much stuff in as possible. Whereas if you have Envato, you have unlimited prompt changes. So, yeah, and that's the thing. But as long as you like the type of slop reaction or AI content that you're watching, it doesn't matter. It's not a problem. But it is a problem for creators because what happens is it gets overwhelmed. So, for instance, 5 years ago, YouTube was maybe having uploaded 1 to 2 million videos a day. Now we're almost at 4 and 5 million videos a day, half of which are AI, and a bunch more. Probably half of that is probably reaction content, right? Watching stuff that's already been made, and you lose viewership just based off of the fact that there's not enough hours in the day, and there's not enough people on the planet. That's it. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. You're losing shorts. Shorts can absolutely be included in that. You just do not have enough people in the day. But that's the thing, though. Do real people matter, though? So the whole point of YouTube now, not before, like in 2006 when it was first launching and whatnot, the whole point was for people to show what they want to the world. But that's not how YouTube works anymore. It's all based off for the viewer. And that's the same with TikTok, the same with everything else. It's what the viewer wants, and that's what will make YouTube money. It does not matter about the creator. The creator technically is a money sink for YouTube because they end up paying YouTube people out. They don't technically need to pay anyone. They just chose to. But that's the thing. And so I get why people bitch and freak out about, AI and VTubers and reactors and things like that. But it's not going to change anything in the long term unless you make some crazy new laws. But you'd have to do a lot of these laws on a global scale. So anyway, let's continue.
Even go so far as to continuously buy YouTube accounts to keep it going. One guy even allegedly dropped his social credit score to 0 and ruined his life because he used a VPN. This new faction is called...
Oh yeah, the social credit score system. That one's interesting to look into. There's also a version in South Korea where they tie your social media posts to your, what do you want to call it? Kind of to your ID and job to a degree. It's not quite the same as the one in China, but it is still more like if you say something crazy, you can get in trouble in real life versus just being an anonymous user online. Like a lot of the US people, you can say insane shit, and 99% of the time, as long as it's not like a direct fucking threat, you will be fine.
The Antis. Because Hololive
I remember
has yet
that
to
one. We
ban
did watch that
Coco,
one.
they've developed a vendetta against the company. To this day, they're kind of active. You can see them in chat or their Facebook propaganda, which is banned in China, so they got to be using a VPN to spoof their location to a nearby country. Just saying. Hololive then had two options. They can continue expanding in China and allow their new Chinese overlords to permanently ban VTubers on a whim, or leave, which they did. And that's the story of how a single word dissolved the entire Chinese branch of Hololive. Didn't really do much though. Yeah, it was on the news and Hirohei made like 600 videos about it, but VTubers just kind of moved on and are doing better than ever.
Yep.
Finally, the next generation. Remember how we found out VTubing is pretty big here? Well, a bunch of English-speaking boys and girls started paying hundreds all the way up to thousands for rigging commissions, avatars, etc. It's now gotten to the point where anyone with a camera can go, hey, I can do that. Because
I know
they
that's just
literally
the base
can.
model, but
And this is where a lot of cringe comes in for me personally. Act 3. We've learned the history of VTubers, but now can we get a little bit more personal? If you enjoy them, that's your business, and hopefully you can find what I've been saying so far entertaining. But for my boys...
I am the greatest treasure hunter the world has ever seen.
Look, I personally can't get into that because I personally find it creepy, horrifying, disturbing, and to be honest with you, kind of fucked up in the head.
The boys that understand?
She's an anime woman.
here's the thing. A lot of these guys will be saying that live, and then they're gonna go secretly go watch their favorite VTubers and never say a damn thing. Like, I watch VTubers now specifically because I keep getting requests for them. Having said that, I probably wouldn't have sought them out, but that's not just for no other reason than I just didn't really think about it. Like it wasn't like on my my actual radar, right? So, but like if a creator is entertaining, like for instance, I've seen quite a few videos actually with Nux in it because I watched videos with Mutahar about some tech stuff and things like that. So obviously I would come across stuff with Nux, and then I also saw what's his name, Oompaville, when he was dealing with the crazy vegan lady, right? You know, that whole saga. Well, obviously Nux was kind of a part of that shit too. So I've watched some of the stuff with Nux, and I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool like setup. Like, you know, that VTuber model or whatever probably costs a ton of money, and I was like, it's pretty entertaining. But when I'm listening to these videos, you know, I'm not watching live for a lot of stuff. I'm listening on my phone in a headset while I'm working. I'm not looking at the screen, I'm just listening. So it doesn't matter if their face is on screen or not. I'm listening to the person or character, which is still a person 99 times out of 10, aside from, Neuro. Then it doesn't matter. And that's why I think a lot of people just don't give a shit, because they're like, Well, I'm listening to it because I'm listening to what they're working with, right? Yeah, we could watch Nux stuff. Yeah, Brew is a perfect example. I don't know if Brew would be considered a VTuber though. So I think VTubers in general are considered live, right? Maybe not though. He uses an animated character. You could call it a VTuber, but all his stuff is 100% scripted. So it's not like it's not like a live. I don't know, but I guess there's a lot of VTubers who only do YouTube uploads, right? You could probably call Brew a VTuber in one sense, but he may not consider himself a VTuber, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, because I assume a lot of VTubers only do YouTube uploads. Because a lot of people don't want to be on live, which makes sense. I mean, you're more likely to make a mistake you can't come back from while live. Where, yeah, you could be a PNG tuber, I guess. That's probably how you would call it. Because, I mean, a lot of their stuff is totally custom to a degree. It's not like a 3D thing. I don't know, but maybe it's just he made that character so he wasn't a faceless channel. Oh, sorry. Maybe he didn't want to be a faceless channel, because faceless channels were less likely for a while to be monetized. It's probably fine now, but now for a while you couldn't really be monetized as a faceless channel. So it could also be just his little gimmick for his channel It kind of gives you that like extra like authority to a degree, right? Just versus a nameless face or something like that. So I don't know. He probably would be considered a PNG tuber / VTuber or something along those lines in one sense. But if he doesn't consider it, then I guess it doesn't really matter.
I'm just sitting there screaming in Japanese, and it's scary. All right.
This is for you, bro. Not really the first guy though. He was going crazy. I honestly thought I was alone in despising these trollops. Online, I see overwhelming love for VTubers, and as much as I'm happy for those people, and especially the VTubers themselves, who've earned a spot atop the most well-known streamers around, I still think it's super fun to make fun of them. And I haven't really seen a lot of my kind out there, so...
I mean, how many people make fun of this guy? Probably a bunch of people. A ton of people make fun of each other on the internet because it's fun, right? And there's generally nothing wrong with that. It generates additional content. I guess a perfect example would be all the people currently making fun of man, it wasn't Vettel, it was I think Asmongold said something recently that was insane.
Break it down. I do not understand them. People have often used the phrase cute girls doing cute things to describe why they like certain shows. I've always thought of it more as stupid fucking idiots doing dumb shit. I'm fully aware that I'm a weirdo. I've asked the most manly dudes around to normal, casual friends if they hated this clip as much as me. And almost all of them had no issue with it.
Yeah, I don't see an issue with it. It's weird, but
on the other hand, I look at that
it's anime, I don't care.
Clip and cringe. It makes me uncomfortable and most of all annoyed. Because I feel entertainment is at its best when the line between realism and fiction is distorted. I enjoy media that provides a reflection of very real things.
Yeah, but I also enjoy that media too. So everyone enjoys, I mean, it's totally random.
that we experience, whether it be in dialogue, delivery, or the actions the characters take, and then flip it and do something crazy with the story. As I reflect on my favorite
They did a lot of good edits in this video.
shows, almost all of them fit under that description. I thought of this in the shower while I was washing my balls and threw in the script, so it might not be that airtight yet. But I've noticed that anime can frequently put up a barrier between that realism and the characters they portray. There's certain formulas and tropes that authors feel they have to play into to appeal to certain audiences. In weaker shows, the main character will be some whiny bitch boy that is in love with justice, to which he's rewarded with a slew of girls that are attracted to his righteousness. Does that happen in real life? Not really, but
I'm not sure if that anime really was the perfect example of that, but okay.
As a kid, I used to imagine that's what would happen to me, and I really enjoyed shows like that. That's why this character type exists. Female archetypes like tsunderes, yanderes, etc. that you would hate to interact with are popular because author knows that works for whatever reason. Even in good shows, you'll have characters which are basically downloaded from a list of personality types instead of being a product of reality. So to me...
Every isekai ever. Okay, maybe not everyone. The vending machine one's pretty funny. Actually, the one I currently thought was really fun was the instant death ability guy who just goes around. It's not even a real isekai. He just goes around killing whatever he feels like just by thinking it.
The less that characters act like anime characters, the better they are, with exceptions. Cute anime girls annoy the shit out of me because it's not genuine. I've spoken to at least 1,000 women at this point and never met someone who genuinely speaks and acts like this.
That's the whole point. That's the point of anime. It's supposed to keep you out of reality because reality is garbage. That's why a lot of people like anime in general.
Maybe you have, but when I see it, I imagine some dude who's completely estranged from the youth writing his fifth knowing that's what's hot right now. Am I overthinking things? Yes,
probably.
But I'm putting words into a feeling that's been sitting in my belly for years. So when you take this and make a real person act like they're that, it doubles the cringe factor. I don't want to see a person pretending to be a thing, pretending to be another thing that doesn't exist and never has. So
sorry, but if it makes money, then it's gonna happen. Yeah, there's always here's a good example. Eminence and Shadow, right? It has those two idiots friends that are totally perv asshole. Well, there's even a character in it called Perv Asshat. Yeah, there's always that weird, you know, then they always have the hot spring episode every single time. It's rare when I see an anime that doesn't have some sort of hot spring episode. And sometimes you can't skip it because it actually has some sort of actual part of the plot to it, which is annoying. A lot of times you can totally skip them, but like I can get where he's coming from, but the reality is if it generates money, it's going to keep going.
that's why it irritates me so much when I see a VTuber going, it's uncanny, uncomfortable, and
I mean, how many fucking regular streamers and people use soundboards? What the hell is the difference between this and a regular soundboard?
not genuine to me. Even though blah blah blah, that's not the point, they're supposed to adopt the persona. It's how I feel, dude. There ain't much I can do to change it. Let's examine the various types. Baby talk. This is pretty much ubiquitous in the VTuber community and also the one that makes me the most mad. Japanese VTubers will talk like this.
そういうモードが実装されているんですが、今回ご紹介するクリップはこの
American VTubers will talk like this.
Oh, we gonna let bees die. Hi, Sensei. How are you?
Oh, here comes the airplane. Oh, no, I'm made stinky winky. My diaper. Oh, change me, please. I like to imagine there's a bald white guy in a big ass pull up behind the monitor. That makes me laugh the most.
I mean, that actually is 50-50.
I'm sure it's a very pretty adult woman on the other end. Don't get upset. Now, quick quiz. Are we watching the season finale of Teletubbies or Twitch?
I mean, a lot of people like Teletubbies, which is a thing. So, have you seen the? I'm not even gonna show it on stream, but have you seen the Meat Canyon version of the Teletubbies? If you haven't, you should go watch it. What was this clip from?
I need you to tell me honestly if this is something you picture me watching. I believe this comes directly from the cute anime girl phenomenon that I just got talking about, so obviously it's not my thing. Engrish. A lot of fellas think it's cute to see VTubers learn English. At times, alright, it is kind of cute.
Uh-huh.
Once they discovered a good amount of their audience was English speaking, VTubers began learning and communicating with a whole new side of their audience. Sometimes,
which is funny because those same viewers will never ever bother to learn another language. The amount of people that are like fucking pissed off at Bad Bunny being in the Super Bowl is hilarious to me.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad, and funny most of the time.
Only
I
people
think
actually
this
watch
is
the
what
Super
hooked a
Bowl.
lot of casual audience
Or, like,
members.
the,
Of all the clips I've seen
halftime
in
show.
research, a strong amount of them contained English, which is just English with a heavy Japanese accent. English. Weeaboos. On the flip side, we have Becca's, Hannah's, and Olivia's that have mastered the Japanese tongue.
Body pillow as well. Hi.
What?
I feel like an old man. I know this type of thing is supposed to be cute, but I don't get why. You also get sporadic, random Japanese words to really seal the deal. Like they make a mistake and go, "Gomeusai, sorry, mistake desu." A favorite of mine is this ara shit.
Hi.
What? Did you just...
Ara, ara. Ara, ara.
It gets weeb boys all flustered, so there's a song and dance
Yeah, I
of
don't know. I don't understand that one.
VTubers pretending like they don't want to do it, and then just going hard as fuck as soon as they commit. Oh, Nani? You guys want me to say it? Fine. Like, dude,
That wasn't creepy
you
as fuck.
clearly wanted to do that. Now you've soured my mood, and frankly, I don't want to finish these nuggies. Normals. During my research, I found a few chicks talking in their normal voice, chilling with a VTuber avatar. I thought, this is an actual person speaking to me right now, which threw me off after listening to high-pitched squeals all day. Pretty chill.
Okay, so it's from what I can tell, it's like 50-50. There's a lot of people who use their real voice, and a lot of people who don't or go super high pitched. And it just seems to be like two separate styles, I think.
Which goes to show you can't really throw a blanket statement on all VTubers. Now let's go back to throwing blankets on VTubers. Mutes. There are VTubers that stand there, and stand there, and stand there.
Is that just like the just chatting ones? Like, for instance, Coco. Coco, from what I understand, uses her real voice or whatever, but she just stands there and talks to her chat while her chat pays her insane amounts of money to say horrendous shit on her chat. Really, they're laughing at each other and just spending money on it. But does Coco play games or anything? I've only ever seen her her crazy chats. Oh, these guys just don't talk at all. Really? There's an entire YouTuber sphere where you just talk. Okay. Well, I understand that now, but I didn't even know that was an actual sphere. I thought he was just saying that they were like they muted themselves or something like that. Ah, okay. I gotcha.
All right.
Oh, they were
now that's taken
typing the
care
whole
of.
time. This one uses text-to-speech or speech bubbles while others sit menacingly. While I know I personally can't appreciate the other types of VTubers, and that's clearly on me, what is going on here? I genuinely want to know because...
Yeah, this one doesn't make as much sense to me specifically, but especially if they're like I said, if they're playing games, maybe people just want to see a face on stream with like a reaction type thing with facial expressions, right? Versus just like actual gameplay. But if they're if it's like, oh, so this it's got same tree. Okay, I see. You thought you'd like VTubers who don't speak? I mean, I don't necessarily like VTubers who don't speak exactly because I can see where he would potentially like a more because they are not talking like 3-year-olds. But this was before Vettel got a hold of it and helped with their latency, right? Okay. But I wouldn't have a problem with a VTuber that doesn't speak necessarily if it's during like gameplay videos. There are reactors who don't speak though, or there are reactors who so there's a lot of reactors like not on YouTube because those tend to generally get caught. There's a lot of Facebook reactors who just like have like a static image in like the bottom fucking corner of the screen. They're not even really there. It's just they're re-uploading the exact same video and they're not saying anything because it's a static picture. And there's a few that have, here's an example. Like, what about the guy, there's the guy that reacts, basically, he's the construction dude. Basically, he just reacts with facial expressions, but he doesn't ever say anything. And it's just like a random loop that he adds to random, like, construction clips and stuff. Technically, that's a reactor, and that may still qualify as fair use because of how he does it. But, in general... it's interesting that a lot of people actually like watching that. but they do. It's got millions of views. So I think a lot of people just like watching the fact that it's like 100 clips altogether that they don't have to go find themselves. So maybe it's along those lines. I don't know. Obviously, it's not like a a typical reaction.
Because I can't
But
even
typical
generate a
doesn't
theory.
really
Please
mean
calm
much
down.
as long
This
as it
channel is like a
works.
creepypasta. It's
They aren't
extremely
watching for him, yeah.
uncanny to my gaijin eyes.
Let me put you down for some fucking reason. Okay, I gotta stand up.
Zentreya is another insane case because she's actually humongous. Not just the tits, but she's raised $42,000 in 5 hours before. Just vibing, typing, taking hella long between responses. These two have been able to achieve a high level of success that I think anyone would
I mean, at least he mentioned that she does respond, but it's much slower. Obviously, it's faster now, right?
be envious of by completely breaking the mold in an already outlandish market.
I didn't think of sign
That
language.
is commendable. Yet, behind our backs, who could have predicted the dark secret lurking behind the scenes?
Yeah. This is more popular, not more popular, more and more common as things happen. But I mean, how is this unexpected? Who gives a shit? How many people really fucking care? If you have a parasocial relationship with this specific creator, you probably care. Especially if you've donated money. But if you just happen to like this creator regardless, you're gonna be like, hey, your face cam's on, we can see your actual face, idiot.
Everyone predicted that. This is NoraCat. You might have seen this clip floating around. Their popularity plummeted after this incident, but like, what did you expect? A hot lady? You expected a hot lady with boobs to be using a fucking text-to-speech voice. Yeah,
why would... Exactly. Most people who are super hot are going to be doing live stuff because they're super hot. You'll make more money if you show your face, unfortunately. Is it wrong? Probably. But the reality is you would make a lot more money in general.
The only people I know who do that is Reddit. It's pretty messed up that the dude isn't doing so great now. He seems like a chill guy, so if you're ever in the States, we can smoke or something and talk about the VTuber industry. That's not a conversation I want to have sober. So that's the mutes. Revolutionary in their own way, confusing in mine. Now, you can't have VTubers without an audience, right? Casuals. Normal people. There are tons of people attracted to the idea of cute girls saying and doing ridiculous shit. Some clips even had me thinking, okay, that was kind of cute.
Youpie!
I assume these are one of the most popular viewers on YouTube, but I have no idea. Simps. I don't really need to. There's a market for this. Of course, the girls are aware, so they'll make allusions to sexual acts as the chat pogs incessantly.
Tut. Like a field mouse.
I mean, it makes money.
Which is also like half the VTuber recommendations I get. For the record, I would do the exact same thing. If I were female, my butthole would look like the inside of a box of Pocky, which is far worse.
Seconds.
If I enjoyed pure, innocent, fake women, VTubers would be awesome. Let's say I like a slice of life show with a bunch of little girls. Why would I not want to watch a person in real life who embodies a ton of these characteristics react to stuff live? Those fictional characters that are so out of reach for us are such...
If people love their favorite anime characters... and they want to see them in real life, and this is the closest they're going to get.
Something you can connect and interact with. I think this is a very unique relationship and can see why people gravitate towards VTubers. There's also dudes that love that tomato shit. The last 72 hours of my life has been dedicated to researching these guys, so I've honestly been on a roller coaster of emotion. Initially, I despised them. In the middle, I despised them. And in the end, I despised them. But during all that, I never stopped thinking, yeah, that's on me. I'm never going to be in the loop, and I'm cool with that. VTubers are going to be here for a long time, whether we like it or not, and they have a brilliant future full of boundless possibilities. Still going to make fun of my friends for watching that baby shit. But most importantly, I've learned that if you can't beat them, You gotta get better than him. It's Wanko time, fuckers. Catch me streaming with my new avatar, Wanko. I know it's very disrespectful for big YouTubers to hop on the VTuber trend because it's a very niche and not well-known market, but
yeah, I mean, anyone can jump into the VTuber sphere, I guess.
I hope you guys can forgive me. Subscribe, I talk about anime, and comment. I reply to those. I'm sure this comment section is going to be real fun. But did I mention to forget that Wanko will debut the arrival of our newest sponsor, NordPass? There's a free version, so listen. Your password is definitely the same on your Facebook, YouTube, Amazon, etc.
It was just an ad. Oh, this is it's funny, for as far as all ads go, this one only was hit with one hack. So overall, not bad.
Thanks for watching. Peace.
At like 8:14, where they go.
Dude,
Keep
I'm
going.
fucking so annoyed, bro, because like the more I did this video, the more I was like, okay, maybe not all of them are that bad.
I kind of wish they'd actually gone over Neuro, but I don't know how old this video was. I think this is older than that. Oh yeah, this is 4 years ago. This is before before Neuro's time. Maybe things have changed now. Like I've seen a lot of the VTubers that we've watched have been using all their real voices. So maybe the entire landscape of VTubing's changed in the last 4 years. Probably has quite a bit, actually, if you think about it, especially with how COVID worked.
Classic.
So
Overgeneralize, shit on it relentlessly, open up mind to it more, immediately take most of it back.
I'm gonna clip that, dude. I might put that at the end of the fucking video.